Hi, Amber. All right, so how this is gonna go is I'm just gonna kind of dive in. I've literally never looked at your website before, so I'm coming at this with totally fresh eyes, like a potential client would be. So I'm gonna walk through your website, see what's going on, see how easy it is to navigate or how difficult it is, and then I'll give you some tips and some homework and some stuff at the end. All right. So first off, I love your logo. I do wish though that it was bigger. And that's honestly that's really easy. You could literally move your little hummingbird to the side and make your name like 4 times as big. Very easy. And that's just because it's really hard to read. Like I know it's Amber Rose, right? Rose. And it's Amber R photo. So yes, I mean, you can figure it out, but it's really teeny tiny, especially on desktop. So might want to consider making that a lot bigger, especially because you have all of this space up here. It's completely unused. Okay, so we have home, session info, photography, services, wedding photography, engagement, family, maternity. Okay, we're probably going to be condensing some of that. Especially because this top link is clickable as well. Okay, we'll get into that in a minute. Gallery, blog, about me, and contact. All right, so I think you've probably watched some of my videos because you are absolutely putting this in a very nice order of importance, right? I love that you're already doing this. Your homepage, obviously that's the first one, but then you have your session info. That is the next place you want them to go. Then your galleries, then your blog, then your contact. Love it. Good order. We're not going to change that. Right. We're going to scroll down a bit. So I do like your slideshow here. I saw the ring shot in there. I would stay away from detail shots. I feel like those are kind of givens with weddings, but that's not really going to be why someone books you. That's going to be why a jewelry designer books you. So if you want more commercial work, then yeah, sure, put that stuff in. But if you want the portrait work, then stick to showing those great emotional portraits. And I do like your work. You're very connected. There's a lot of emotion. I love the real smiles. Technically, they're good. So, I mean, you're good there. Okay, welcome. I cannot wait to connect with you. I'm a wedding and engagement photographer in Maine and New Hampshire. Capturing candid moments in photos is my freaking jam. I love it. I absolutely love getting you moving, laughing during your session. Authentic smiles, wedding days can be stressful. I'm here to calm presence. Okay, so here's the thing, is this whole paragraph, 2 paragraphs, is about you. Aha. But Caitlin, no, I'm totally talking about my clients and what they get. But you're using I statements. I can't wait to connect with you. I am a wedding photographer. I love getting you moving. I am here to be a calm presence. I enjoy learning every couple's love story. I love everything about love. Okay. Good for you. Right? I love what you're doing here. I love what you're saying, but you need to make this about them. Okay? And what I mean by that, you don't have to say, I can't wait to connect with you. Like, obviously, you can't wait. You're a photographer. You want to work with people who contact you. So that's a given. It's unneeded. And you do need something that says who you are and what you do. So we're actually going to change this up a little bit. Instead of saying welcome, because this is like a huge amount of space and you don't actually need to say welcome at all. You need to switch welcome to pretty much what this says. Maine and New Hampshire wedding and engagement photographer, or wedding and engagement photography in Maine and New Hampshire, right? Something along those lines. This line right here, what I have highlighted, needs to be your top title instead of welcome, okay? Because this is probably an H1 tag, which is a header. That's what H stands for, header or heading. And Google looks at those things. So if you have wedding and engagement photographer in Maine and New Hampshire as your header, Google's going to find that. Google's going to pick up on that, okay? So that's what it needs to be. Not hidden down in your paragraph, but right up at the top. It also needs to be one of the first things that people see when they come to your website, because they might not read the paragraph at all, okay? Don't count on people reading past welcome, honestly. I would get this information right up here as your header. Now, I do love words like freaking jam. I talk like that. I very much connect with that. However, you need less me and more you in these statements. So, you could totally say, instead of saying, I absolutely love getting you moving and laughing during your session to capture your authentic smiles and fun with each other, you could say something along the lines of, you'll have fun and, okay, hold on. We'll get there. Still early. I'm only halfway through my coffee this morning. You'll be moving and laughing all through your session with authentic smiles, and you'll be having so much fun, you'll forget that we're even taking photos, right? So you can say we is okay, but lots of you statements. We need to switch it up into you statements. And you have this, like, wedding days can be stressful. And you don't have to say, I am here to be. You can say wedding days can be stressful, and a calm presence will help keep things flowing seamlessly on your day. It's implied that it's you without saying I, right? Getting to know couples is such a fun adventure. Done. Every couple's love story is unique and enchanting, right? You don't have to say capturing fun and candid photos. You don't have to say a photographer for any session. Honestly, you don't even have to mention photography, okay? Especially because you're going to have in your header right here that you're a wedding and engagement photographer. And if you mention little things like you won't even know you're having your photos taken, Google's going to know that you're a photographer, okay? This, 20 years ago on the internet, we had to talk like this because Google liked seeing that keyword multiple times. But Google, the AIs are much smarter with picking up on context now, so we don't really have to do that. So this needs to be sort of reworded. Keep the same idea that you have going here, the calm presence, the fun smiles. I mean, I love everything you're talking about, but try to switch up some of these sentences to have more about them and less about you. So more you, and less I, okay? So then after this point, you need a call to action, okay? You need to tell them where they're going next. And right now, we don't have that. So I'm going to keep scrolling for a minute here. This is the same photo, or this photo looks really familiar to one of the ones up in your slider. I don't know if it's the same one or if you have one similar, but be aware of that. It looks very similar. Okay, so here is your, got it. I would get this button above the photo. Okay, you need it directly under your words. And it goes over to photography services. Okay, so I'm going to open that in a new tab. Okay. I'm going to finish your homepage here, and then we'll go on to this first link. So that's very good, though. So the first thing that is most important, I love that you're not going to an About Me page. That is like one of the biggest critiques I give, is so many photographers go straight to About Me, and that's, who cares right now, right? Nobody cares about you yet. They'll care about you when they care about you, right? I say that all the time. Okay, but I do like you have a tidbit about me. I like that. See, this is where you can say I. That's beautiful. Yes. So good. Adorable photo. And then they can read more about you, which is great. And then you have some reviews. Okay, cool. Perfect. Also, quick note about your footer. Put where you're located and what you do in your footer as well. So, wedding and engagement photographer in New Hampshire and whatever else you said, wherever you were. I'm sorry. I don't always remember locations. But put all of that same H1 tag you got, put it in your footer as well, because this is going to be on every single page, which means Google's going to see it on every single page. Okay. And Google also looks at the footer and knows that this is like permanent information. It's not like changing, it's constant. And if it has your location, that is really good. Oh, I like that pops down when you start scrolling up. That's really nice. Okay. Your little smiley face. Okay. So I am getting some personality here, which is great. All right, so let's go on to where you're telling me to go. Oh, Maine. That's what you said, Maine and New Hampshire. Okay, so session info. So this actually goes to your photography services page, which has engagements and couples and weddings, family, maternity. This whole paragraph is awkward. I don't know why we have to know what to expect during an engagement session and why you're telling me to scroll back up for like, I would get rid of this. This is not necessary at all. If anything, you need a paragraph up here at the top that says, please choose the session type you're interested in, or choose the experience. I like the word experience. If you've watched my videos, you know I like the word experience. Choose the experience you're interested in, right? Or choose the session you're interested in. But you need a call to action up here. Okay, it's totally okay that your homepage goes to sort of a menu, only because you offer 4 different types of photography. So having 4 separate links on your homepage might be a little awkward. So this is totally fine. I do kind of want to know where this goes though. It's not clickable. Okay, good, perfect. I'm glad it's not clickable. All right. So then you need a call to action on the top of this page. So once they come from your home page and they click more about photography services, which again, this button is moving up. So they click more about photography services. Okay, cool. And it comes to this page. Choose the session type you're interested in. Choose the experience you're interested in. You have to have some kind of, hey, you're going to be clicking something else on this page guide. Okay, right up at the top. And then they can be like, oh, okay, engagement and couples, weddings, family, or maternity. Perfect. Love it. Now, I do have a question. Is there really a difference between a maternity session and a family session? Or a maternity session and a couples session, depending on if they already have kids or not? Or did you just need a 4th point? Or did you just want to separate out your maternity? So think about that. You can have a separate maternity gallery, but it doesn't even look like you have separate galleries. So I don't know that it's totally necessary to have a maternity page unless you're really doing it up with maternity. Like you have a client closet and, you know, like you're going really epic with your maternity, then yeah, I would have a separate pricing for that. But if it's, I'm going to get into it. If it's the same pricing and it's the same options, there's going to be no reason to have a separate link. Okay. All right. So engagements, weddings, families, and maternity. Ooh, careful. Something is labeled General 5. I'm not sure which one. Engagement, wedding. That would be family sessions. which for whatever reason, family sessions are labeled general 5 on your page title. So you definitely want to change that. See, it says engagement, wedding, maternity, but that's odd. And that should be an easy fix. Okay. Engagement and couples photography services. Oh, you have an outfit guide. Cool. I don't know if that's the first link you want. I would swap it. I would put the engagement gallery over here. And you dive right into pricing and there's no... Okay, so here's an issue. And also there's not a lot of info on this page. I really don't think you need all of this pricing information on here listed out like that. It kind of reads like a menu. You say such a fun and such a fun twice. Like right there. So you'll want to switch up your words a little bit. Okay, so it looks like you offer in-home and on location. Okay. I would get rid of this. At the top, at least. I like this paragraph. It's really nice. Great way to get some photos for your save the dates or invites. But they're also a fantastic time to get to know your photographer. Okay, yeah. Get rid of it on the top line. You don't need to do that twice. Okay? This is great. Okay, so honestly, this right here, not sure what to wear, check out the outfit guide below. That needs to go at the very bottom because you don't want to pull people out of this page yet. Okay? Like, what is the outfit guide? Dang, this is great. Okay, I have a better idea. I have a way better idea, all right? That outfit guide is the perfect lead-in for email captures. Like, I would get rid of it off of your website, okay? Make it into a PDF, and you could either here or down at the bottom say, not sure what to wear. Enter your email and receive my free outfit guide and receive a complimentary outfit guide, right? Then you have their email. Then they're warm. Then they're warm lead. Okay? Then you have their info and you can start reaching out. That is like one of the biggest things you could do. And you already have the content. Like, this is beautiful. I love this. Yeah, I love all of this, and you don't need to be just listing this out on your website as like a free thing. Well, I mean, it can be a free thing. Change 2021 to maybe 2023, since we're coming up on that. But, or get rid of the date altogether. But seriously, like, I would put your contact info in here. So like, outfit guide, Amber Rose photography, and I would either have your email or your website just listed like right with it, or like right across the bottom right here, just like your email and your website, okay? Because if you PDF this to their email, then you want to make sure they can find you again easily, okay? But I would make this a PDF and I would not link it directly on your website. I would force them to give you their email address, and then you send them the outfit guide, okay? And actually, what is it? Is it HubSpot? HubSpot will you can set it up for free with HubSpot on their free plan to send out the PDF email automatically. Or it will do I think on mine, it's a pop-up and they can download it immediately after they enter their email. I think is how I have mine set up on my website. And HubSpot does that for free. Like it costs nothing. And it's pretty easy to set up. So, I would, again, put this whole little bit, this highlight, and then instead of outfit guide link, I would ask for an email. All right. And here instead, I would have a contact me button. Okay. Or engagement gallery, depending on where you want them to go next. But I kind of feel like you could put your gallery on this page and it would be totally fine. Yeah, honestly, I don't think you need a separate gallery. I think you could put this entire gallery down here at the bottom. Like, totally easily, no big deal. Just have one whole page of engagement information, couples, whatever you want to call it. And it all be on one page. I don't think you need a separate gallery. I think having it all on one page, especially because they've already had to click twice to get here, because they click once from your home page and then they end up on that session, the photography services page, right? And then they get to this page. So adding an additional click in there is not ideal. So I would absolutely get your gallery onto this page. I would get rid of this. Totally say couples and engagement sessions start at 300. Like, but honestly, the fact that you're giving a full gallery of images for $300 is bonkers. You should not be doing that. Okay, so I do want to see what your family photography starts. What are you doing? Okay, you need to revamp your pricing, okay? These are not, there's no way these are profitable. I'm just putting that out there right now. And if you want a few links to a CODB calculator, or I've got a breakdown of why sessions like this are not profitable, I will totally send it to you. But they're not. This is going to run you ragged and straight into the ground. You should be at like $350 for like 5 to 8 images easily, minimum, bare minimum. Okay. And like, I'm not here to critique your pricing, but if I see a problem, I'm going to say it. And these prices are a problem. Okay. Okay, so then you have family galleries, family package options, and then you have a kind of a gallery. Okay, so here is the deal. And your maternity sessions are the same exact price as family, so you do not need a separate page for this. All that does is cause confusion. And this, for some reason, became black on this page, which is super weird. And it's see-through. I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, so first order of business here is you're going to have to condense some things, because we do not need this and your family stuff. They're the same exact pricing, and there's no reason that engagement is a different price. Honestly, there's not. You have wedding pricing and you have portrait pricing. Okay, that's it. That's all you need. Okay, really, that's all you need. 300 includes a fully edited gallery, but 350 is a fully edited gallery. But how is a maternity session different from an engagement session, right? Like, other than one outfit change, like, who cares? You're gonna have people fighting you over that. Seriously, just make all of your portrait pricing like up to 5 people set pricing. Okay. All right. So you only need 2 informational pages. Because this isn't even like about maternity sessions. Okay, this is really annoying now that it's popping down. So they're so special and are such precious memories to hold on to. I love being able to, yeah. So like this is very generic wording. So unless you're gonna like really go, like I said before, unless you're like really going all out and specializing in maternity, it's really no different from your family or couple sessions, especially if you're treating them all similarly. Okay. So, all right, so I really think you need to condense it. 2 information pages, okay? That's it. 1 for portraits, 1 for weddings. That is all. That is it. Done. I do want to see what your gallery looks like. You're missing a photo. In-home couples. Okay, so you have, okay, so here's the problem we're ready. Oh, that just goes back to your home page, by the way. A wedding gallery and couples engagements. Okay, so here's the problem we're running into here is you don't have a solid path going through your website right now. You're not really telling people where to go, what to do, and that's a big problem. You also sort of jump straight into pricing on those info pages, which isn't, honestly, it's not going to sell anyone. You can have pricing pages, but I wouldn't just straight give them out. I would put starting prices, and when someone contacts you, then give them the pricing. You can give them the private hidden pricing page, right? View family gallery. Okay. Well, you actually do have a family maternity gallery, but here it doesn't link there. Just so you're aware, you've got a weird broken link thing happening. Okay, so family gallery, which is family and maternity. Okay, and that's it for family and maternity. How long have you been, you've not been a photographer for very long, have you? Or did you maybe revamp your style recently? Let's see. Very cool, very cool. I love this. I also have no idea how long you've been doing photography, which totally fine. Oh, you seem like my kind of person. Nature and coffee. It's a good deal. Small farm with gardens. Yeah, my dream too, girl. My dream too. Okay, so love it. About me is totally fine. It links over to contact me. Beautiful. Love it. Don't have to do anything there. Okay, so I am thinking though that you haven't been a photographer for very long. And I'm saying that because I don't think you've calculated your cost of doing business, and your galleries are quite lean. That being the case, at this point, I don't think you even need multiple galleries. Okay, it's turning black here again. This is very odd. Oh, you know what? It does it when it's overlaid on a photo. And it's very strange. So you do need to make sure that this is uniform across all of your pages, okay? So like your home page it's white. There's no photo in the header at all. Okay. And when you scroll, it disappears, which is good. And then you pop up and it pops back up. It's getting a little weird on some of these pages, like this one. So it disappears, and when you scroll back up, it turns black, and then it disappears over the photo. That's totally different than what it does on your homepage, and that can be very off-putting. I actually like the way it goes on your homepage better. As much as I like the big photo, the couple of photos I've seen like this aren't great quality. I'm not sure there was another page that had it, and I don't remember which page it was now, but the quality just isn't coming through. Actually, I think this photo might be out of focus. It looks like it's focusing on the flowers rather than them. So be aware of that. But either way, I don't think I want to see a big photo up right here. I'd rather see it a little down below. Sort of like on your homepage, you have this nice clean area, and then you have the photos right here. I think you could do that on these pages as well. Okay, I love photographing weddings because I know how important the day is. I know you spent so much time. Okay, I again. All right, so you need to switch this up again, okay? Your wedding day is the most important day of your life so far. You have spent so much time, energy, and money to make it perfect. And it is extremely important that you have photos documenting the day just as you planned it. I would say planning, engagement photos, timeline, and of course, your wedding are all included. You don't even have to say I. I haven't said I once. And it's guaranteed that you'll love your photos. I don't think you need, they vary depending on hours needed. I mean, that's pretty standard information. You could say packages are customizable and start at $2,400. You say full weddings. Full weddings are customizable and start at $2,400. Contact me for info on elopements or more intimate weddings. You also don't need to say edited high resolution digital galleries. That's a given. I would hope that all photographers at this point are, when they give digitals, they're high res and edited. So that's sort of pointless. You need to stay emotionally engaged. And that's sort of what these service pages are missing. You're focusing on the hard details of what you're offering, wedding packages and the pricing and what is included, right? Planning and engagement photos and timeline. But you need more emotional connection. You need to talk more about what makes this day so amazing. What makes it so special? Why, think about your own relationship, right? Think about your wife, how you feel about her and what's going on there. Like, how did you guys feel when you got married? What were some of the stressors for planning that? And don't talk about it in an I way, talk about it in a them way. You're feeling XYZ. You are going to feel blah, blah, blah on your wedding day. You want to make sure that this is blah, blah, blah. Those are the kinds of things you need to be saying to your clients, okay? You're talking to them. Like if you were to meet them in person, would you be gushing about yourself or would you be asking them questions about themselves? Right? You'd be asking them questions, right? So pretend when you're writing this that you already know the answers to the questions you'd be asking, right? What are you most excited for? What are you most excited for on your day? Right? So instead of, imagine how they would answer you. Oh, well, I'm really excited to see all of my friends and family. It's going to be the first time they're all there together. Oh, great. Okay. So write something about that. This might be the first time your whole family is together in years. So you want to make sure that everything goes according to plan, right? So think about those questions that you would ask in person. Make up an answer that your ideal client would tell you and turn that into a statement, right? You see what I'm doing here? So that's how you can write the words basically across your entire website. You want to emotionally connect, okay? That is the goal because your website is basically like your business card, right? We're not really meeting people in person and giving out business cards too much anymore. It's not as common unless you're doing a ton of trade shows. So this really has to be your calling card. And just putting in, I know how important this day is and I enjoy helping with you and this is my pricing. Okay, you're not emotionally connecting. And that's what is missing here. That's what needs to be fixed. Okay. So I do have some homework for you. I am going to go through a little bit more. I'm going to hit your blog real quick. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure your blog is fine. I love your smileys. Super cute. Yep, and I saw your about me. I'm going to check your contact. Beautiful. Nice. I like the use of the map. And I like your very simple form. Okay, perfect. This page needs a photo though. We need a photo. You're a photographer. This page needs a photo, okay? Every page on your website needs a photo because if your home page is your big hi, hello, then your contact page is the last touch. This is potentially the last time they're going to see your photos. So make sure that you put a really good one on the end too, okay? All right, so what you need to do then is, let's see if we can get rid of that. Okay, so your session information here. I don't think you need this photography services page anymore. Okay, I think you can condense everything down into weddings and portraits. Weddings and portraits. Okay, that's it. Honestly, weddings and portraits. All good? That is all you need. All right. Mostly two reasons. One, your pricing is the same pretty much across the board for portraits. And two, your galleries aren't big enough to really support themselves yet. So maybe eventually you can part them out. But for now, you don't have enough work shown to like constitute that many galleries. So I really think you could condense it all down. You can have two separate gallery pages though. Have one for weddings and one for portraits. Okay, weddings, portraits. So then here, and then this should be a drop down too for weddings and portraits, right? So then here, you're gonna have session info. It's gonna be weddings and portraits. That's it, two separate pages. And they need to be set up the same way. So right now, so you have weddings set up. Remember, we talked about the header and all the weird stuff that's happening there. And then you have a head. You have your title tag. You have a paragraph. You have a review. There's no contact me button, which you need. Honestly, I do still I almost feel like you don't need separate gallery pages. I feel like you could put it in the bottom of these pages and really condense down what you're showing and how many clicks they're taking through your website. Because honestly, if we're condensing down as much as we are, I feel like you could condense it down even more and make it really simple so that you only have, because you could totally get rid of the gallery link and just have that information on your session info pages. And I think that would be totally fine with how you have it set up. So when they go to session info, they can either click on wedding or portraits. And when they come to wedding, it has your wedding info, which you're going to rewrite. You can totally have a little packages start at thing and then a contact me button. Okay, contact me. Excuse me. And then even before you put in a review, I would drop in the gallery. I would have a contact me button, and then I would have the gallery, the wedding gallery. And then that's it. That's it. So you're going home, weddings, contact, 2 clicks, right? That's it. That's fantastic. Home, weddings, contact. Simple, straightforward, easy to follow, all the information they need, done. And then the same thing for portraits. Change this from engagement couples to portraits. We can reword some of this a little bit. The outfit guide is still totally valid for families and maternity, right? So you could move a lot of this info here over to your wedding page. Honestly, you could have a whole little paragraph over there about engagements. Totally fine. I don't think you need an entire page for it. But we're set up differently here. You have this photo with a button and your paragraph on the left. But your wedding page, it's all centered. And then you have a big photo with another block of text. They need to look the same. They need to have the same layout. Because we also had that problem, I think on the family pages, it looks different too. Yeah. So you have like this paragraphy thing and a button and then package options and then a tiny gallery. They all look different. But I think I do want you to condense it down into at least like 2 pages. I really think you can just condense it down. You can put the engagement information. Honestly, that engagement information would make a great blog post. Like, why do I need engagement photos, right? Why do you need engagement photos? That would be a phenomenal blog post, honestly. And then you can talk all about why engagement photos are so good to have and why they're ideal to do them with your photographer. Like, you could do an entire blog post. This is such a good topic for a blog. So I would do that. Okay, so your homework. We're going to merge your session, the engagement, family, and maternity into just straight portraits. You can get rid of this photography services page because you're just going to have weddings and portraits. And you don't have to say wedding photography or portrait sessions. You can literally just say weddings, portraits. That is it. Simple, easy. You're going to condense a lot of that information from these 3 pages into a singular page. What I would do is make your emotional connection and then say collections start at or packages start at, pricing starts at. I would not give out all this information because what this is going to do is it's going to stop people from contacting you. They're just going to take it and they're going to go price shop. Okay? And you're already too cheap. There's probably 100 photographers charging the same as you or less and in your area. So definitely I would get rid of that because you want to connect emotionally and then have them reach out and contact you. You want that contact. That is the goal, is getting them to contact you. Everything else you can give them later. Anyway, so condensing. Weddings, portraits. And then at the bottom of each of these, you're going to have a photo. You're going to have the page title, right? Portraits. You're going to have an emotional connection, a button that says contact me, and then the gallery. Okay? Same with weddings. You have the title. You're going to have a photo and a title, right? Or title and photo, however you want to do it. Your emotional connection, contact me button, and then a gallery. You can put in a review down at the bottom. Or if you could somehow make it a little smaller, because like this takes up a huge amount of space. So that's not super ideal. Either way, you need a contact button, and then we're going to put your gallery in. So we're going to get rid of this gallery tab as well. So you're just going to have home session info, which is going to just have two things: weddings, portraits. Get rid of gallery. We're going to blog, about me, and contact. Now, back to your homepage for a minute, because before we talked about this, and I said we need, you have your more about photography services button here, right? And I said it was okay because you had 4 different things. But now that we're combining all of these things together, you're only going to have 2 options. So honestly, I think you could just have 2 little buttons here. See what we're doing? We're getting rid of one of those clicks. We're getting rid of that menu page. So we don't want to click over to this because we're getting rid of this page. This page is going away. You don't need it because you're only going to have 2 options. So put those 2 options right here. You could say, choose your adventure, choose your experience, right? And you can say portrait sessions, weddings, right? Portraits, weddings, portraits, weddings, weddings, portraits, whichever way you want to do it. But 2 little buttons right here, weddings, portraits. That's it. And then it'll link over to one of these pages, weddings, portraits, which will have all the information and the gallery and a contact button to pull them over to contact. See how this works? So we're condensing this down big time. And I think it will be better because you can have a lot of really good information and emotional connection on one beautiful page that you've thought out, rather than having it spread across multiple pages and having them have to click like all over the place. Because if I click gallery, I have to click again to get into the gallery. And then these galleries have no link. But we're getting rid of these. But that was a problem that you had, was these just went nowhere. It's a dead end. So we solve that by putting the galleries onto the session info pages with a contact button. Okay. So yeah, so you've got some work to do here. And a lot of it is going to be condensing down and getting rid of some of these like menu-y looking pages. Because I honestly think that you can combine family, maternity, and engagements all into one gallery at this point. I don't think you need them all separated out, especially because your pricing is the same across the board. They're just portraits. And you can totally put information about engagements on your wedding page, because if you book an engagement, really the goal is booking the wedding. So I feel like a lot of photographers actually do that in reverse. They get in the consult for the wedding and then they say, hey, don't forget your wedding includes engagement photos, or hey, if we want to add on engagements, it's a great way for us to see how we work together, right? So I feel like engagements really pulls well with the weddings. But you can totally put the couples session info in with normal portraits. It's still the same thing. Okay, so I think we covered it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, you've got some homework. You're going to do some condensing. We're going to get rid of the services page, so we only have 2 links. You're going to put 2 links on your home page. I would work on making your logo bigger. Get rid of the gallery. We're going to move the galleries onto each of those session info pages, and then you're good. Make sure there's no dead ends. Make sure every single page has a button that links back to your main path. Home, either weddings or portraits, contact, okay? That is your path. Home, weddings or portraits, contact. That is your goal, okay? Every blog, whatever blog you're on, hey, if it's a wedding blog, click here for more info about weddings. Click here for more info about portraits. Always, always be linking, okay? Always be linking. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and have fun. Your work is beautiful, so no worries there. And if you want any links for like the CODB calculator or any of that, just message me back and let me know, and I can send you some links. So, all right, have fun.